Yeah. Now the guitar pick, I wanted to ask you about that because we did talk about that a bit before the interview, and you came up with the heart shaped one. What's the story behind that? Give us the story. I think it's really fascinating, actually.
You mean the heart
Yeah.
shaped guitar pick?
What?
Or, well, you know, it's interesting. I think when in the book, when I'm talking about guitar picks, I'm talking about two different ways of bringing an idea to market. One is where you can manufacture it yourself, and the other one is licensing. And they're very, very different. And I give that examples that I did bring a product to market, all these guitar picks, and it was a blast. I got to meet some wonderful people, but it was a lot of work, and there's a lot of risk. And it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of time. But I'm an idea guy, so I was able to they take it. We were in 10,000 stores. It was a big hit, but at the end of the day, I didn't want to do that. So I went ahead and what I've been doing for 30 years is that I come up with an idea, I show it to a company, and if they like it, they pay me for every one they sell. And that's called licensing. It's basically renting an idea to a company. So coming up with all these different shapes, that was so much fun because I started seeing different shapes wherever I'd go. I went into Hot Topic, and I know all the kids were wearing skulls, and here I'm 50 years old. I'm like, what am I doing in this store? I couldn't get out of there fast enough, but I was doing my homework. I was doing the first step. We talk about it in the book. It's called Study the Marketplace. And the marketplace was telling me that kids love skulls, and that was our first launch with the guitar pick. And plus, we did all these other shapes, from hearts to you name it.
Now, how did Taylor
It
Swift
was fun.
get wrapped into this? Was that the guitar pick as well?
Yeah, we were selling the guitar picks at gas stations and convenience stores like 7-Eleven. Everybody used to, why would 7-Eleven and all these stores carry guitar picks? Well, they were so fun, and it was all about lifestyle that kids were buying them, and they weren't even playing guitar. And sure enough, at one of these gas stations down, I think it was in Nashville, or someplace down south, one day I go to lunch, I come back, and my office manager, James, says to me, Steve, you don't believe who just called. I was like, well, who? And he said, Scott Swift. I'm like, well, who's Scott Swift? And he says, well, it's Taylor Swift's dad. And I said, well, who's Taylor Swift? So next thing you know, she wanted us to put a picture of her on the guitar picks. We had this technology, lenticular lens, where she would strum the guitar and play and sing. We put all that magic on a guitar pick, and I got to meet her, her family, and we sold just tons of them. So it's amazing where this little idea went. And it was such a simple idea, and I don't think you have to reinvent the wheel here. It's small changes on existing ideas.
That's an absolute brilliant suggestion for people, right, to come out